Welcome back to Magoo's Reviews. All right, y'all. So here for a music review. Cardi B's "Am I Drama" came out a couple days ago. Finally got a chance to sit down and listen to it. Now this was a lot of tracks on this album. It was over 20 plus tracks, and there was some songs that were already, a couple years older that she added to it, like the big one, "WAP." You know what I'm saying? A couple other big songs that she already had on the radio and stuff like that. Now there were publications like talking about, hey, this album already went platinum and stuff like that. And one of the reasons why it went platinum so fast is because she added those songs that are already big records, to the album and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, and at the end of the day, I know numbers do matter. I'm not saying that they don't matter, but at the same time, I'm always for the art, and I'm for the art. You know what I'm saying? That's just me personally. Like I said, I just want to grade the album on how good it is. You know what I'm saying? But they're talking about between 120K sales. I'm like, yo, that's fine. But again, there are people who just numbers people. Hey, I like both, but at the same time, I'm more focused on the art. So anyway, Am I Drama, man? This starts off with Dead featuring Summer Walker. Now, Summer Walker is on this album. I want to say maybe 2 tracks she has on this, and this is one. And like I said, I thought this was a cool, it was a good opening. Had a nice beat build up to it. And like I said, she's pretty much speaking on her life recently and stuff like that. Now, I'm going to get right to it because it's 20 tracks. I'm not going to go through all 20 songs because it's a lot of songs, bro. But anyway, 20 plus songs. Excuse me. But as far as the context, now there are some reflective songs on here. Cardi does talk about her situations, like relationships and stuff like that from the past. We all know her situation with Offset and stuff, and how she's pregnant with Stephon Diggs' kid now and all that kind of stuff, But now, so that's one of the side of topics she talks about. And the other side, excuse my language, she just stunting on hoes. So that's all you're going to get really from this album. I hate to say it like that. That's the main context of this album. She's stunting, and then she's being reflective on what's going on in her life. So, other than that, man, that was Dead featuring Summer Walker. Like I said, it was pretty cool open. She had another track, "Hello." That was the second song. I thought the production on it was pretty nice. She's and one thing I will give Cardi on each and every song on here, I like her energy. I like her energy, and I think that the beat and the productions that she's given, her energy matches it. That's one thing I will say, and I'll give her for that. You know what I'm saying? Magnet, I like the beat on that one. I thought that was pretty good. Again, she was throwing on hoes. Pick It Up, Selena Gomez. The change of production, it wasn't not as up tempo as the first 2 tracks, but Selena Gomez did a really good job on the song, and I think I wrote right there. I don't listen to the radio like that, but I think it could definitely be a radio song and stuff like that if it's not already on the radio. Imaginary Players, that was pretty smooth beat, content wise, stunting again, but it was pretty cool. Bodega Baddie, it had kind of like a salsa tempo to it, you know what I mean? But she was flowing on the beat. I'll definitely give her that. Salute. That was one of my favorite songs on here. I like the track Salute. I said I like the beat a lot. I thought she did a pretty good job rapping on it, and it was definitely one of the standouts for me on the album. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Salute. I like that one a lot. Safe featuring Kaylani. That was another one here. That's one thing I will give her, man. Like she's not afraid to collab with other female artists, and I think that's cool to see. And I think that's really cool. Like I said, her and Summer Walker got a couple tracks on here. Her song with Kaylani, she got Selena Gomez on here. So that was pretty cool. Man of Your Word, that one, like I said, that was one of the more reflective tracks as well, like talking about her past and everything like that. So, and it was a good song. It was a good song. So like I said, that was a pretty good one. What's Going On featuring Lizzo. I like that one. I thought Lizzo sounded good on there. You know what I'm saying? And I haven't listened to a lot of Lizzo music, but I thought she did sound good on that track. So yeah, that was a pretty cool one. Shower Tears featuring Summer Walker, another Summer Walker song. Again, talking about, broken relationships and everything. And like I said, pretty cool feature. Cool feature, man. So far, man, like I said, it wasn't, the album was pretty solid for me, in my personal opinion. That she had tracks, Outside, Pretty Petty, Better Than You featuring Cash Cobain. It's a lot of songs on here, bro. It was a lot of songs on here. You know what I'm saying? Every time I say, definitely some strip club music on here as well. Definitely some strip club songs on here, But for the most part, man, like I said, overall it was pretty fine. Now here's one song. Principal featuring Janet Jackson. So when I saw it, I was like, whoa, Janet Jackson's on the album? But then come to find out, people saying, hey, it's just a sample and everything. Now, overall, as far as the track goes, I thought the track was solid. I didn't have no problems with the track. I thought it was cool. But when I saw Janet, man, I'm a big Janet Jackson fan. I love the Jacksons. Michael Jackson is the greatest of all time. Michael and Prince are my favorites of all time. Well, Outkast as well. But anyway, but at the same time, I thought Janet was on the track. But other than that, I thought she did a good job, sampling, having the sample and song. I thought it was a pretty cool track, you know what I'm saying? Other tracks like Trophies, Nice Guy, you know, Killing You Hoes. Again, I told you, Stun on Hoes is like one of the #1 topics on this album. And she had a song called Killing You Hoes. So yeah, definitely was right on the nose about that one. Again, you had Up, which was already, you know, on the radio. That was a big song. And of course, you know, WAP, you know, Don't Do Too Much. So yeah, like I said, man, over 20 plus tracks for the album, you know, and that's one thing I will say. In my personal opinion, one of the critiques I do have, I wish it was shorter, a little more condensed, you know what I'm saying? Because 20 plus songs, nowadays, you know, it's a lot of songs like now. I was growing up listening to hip hop and stuff like that. That wasn't, I mean, they had 20 plus songs back then. And it really didn't bother. Like, I still listen to it. But for this project and this being her first project back, you know what I'm saying? Even if she wanted to add songs like WAP and, you know, Up and all that, I want to say probably condense it, you know, a little bit more. Maybe like 16 tracks. I think that's a real sweet spot. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's her first album back and stuff like that. Over a couple years, Invasion of Privacy, oh man, that came out some years ago. You know what I'm saying? So, in my personal opinion, I think 16 tracks would have been good enough. You know, like a nice sweet spot for the album. You know, like I said, she was definitely reflective on a lot of tracks. Same time, she was stunning. But she had some solid production. And like I said, I did like her energy, you know, on the songs. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the most part, I liked her energy. It felt like she wasn't like phoning it in. Sometimes you can hear when somebody's phoning it in and stuff like that. Like, oh, they really ain't into it. Like, nah, I think she did a pretty solid job on the album. So in my personal opinion, I gave it a 7 out of 10. You know what I'm saying? I think, like I said, my main critique, I wish it was a little more condensed, but I liked her energy. I liked her features and how she utilized them. Like I said, I thought Lizzo was solid. I like Lizzo's feature. Summer Walker had some good ones. Kehlani. And at one time, somebody was like, Summer Walker kind of sounded like SZA. Was that SZA? I don't know. She sounded like SZA, but like I said, I haven't listened to a lot of Summer Walker music, but I have heard her on, you know, some songs. But yeah, I mean, she sounded good, man. Like I said, I like the Janet Jackson sample, you know, Cash Cobain. So yeah, man. Overall, like I said, man, for Cardi B's new album, 7 out of 10. I thought it was a pretty solid project. But anyway, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Tell me what you guys think about the album if you have heard it. Also, again, we're close to 1,000 subscribers. After that, it's gonna be 10,000, 100,000. After that, it's gonna be 1 million. Like I said, man, I'm claiming on it. Anyway, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel one more time. Hope everybody has a blessed day, and I'll see y'all soon.